Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the secrets hidden in plain sight within corporate filings. Today we are diving into ENB Financial Corp's latest report, and let me tell you it has got a few interesting tidbits. Before we dive in, if you like getting straight talk about what goes on behind the curtain of big companies, make sure you are subscribed. Also, we have a great Discord community linked down below where we break down these reports together. So what are we looking at here? Well, this is a Form 8K filing, which is like a news bulletin for companies. It is used to announce major events that shareholders should know about right away. Think of it as the company's way of saying, PSST, hey, something important just happened. The date here is the 21st of January 2026. This is the day this report is officially being filed, and it signals the earliest event that happened that they are reporting on. This is important because it tells us this is fresh news. And the company we are looking at is ENB Financial Corp. They are incorporated in Pennsylvania, and you can see their commission file number and their IRS employer identification number here. This is just the basic administrative stuff that tells us who they are and where they come from legally. Now, the meaty part of this filing often comes in these item sections. Item 2.02 is specifically about their results of operations and financial condition. This is where they tell us how they've been doing financially. What ENB Financial Corp is telling us is that on that, the 21st of January 2026 date, they released some important information about their earnings for the last 3 months of 2025. The fourth quarter, they have attached this press release as an exhibit and basically said everything in that press release is part of this official filing too. They are not going to rehash all the numbers here, but are pointing us to that separate document. This is a common practice to keep the main filing concise. So we have to dig into Exhibit 99, the press release itself, to find the actual financial details. Think of this 8K as the cover letter and Exhibit 99 as the detailed report card. The important thing to remember though is that this filing states that the information furnished under Item 2.02, including that press release, shall not be deemed officially filed for purposes of the Securities Exchange Act of 1934. This means it is more for public disclosure and less for strict regulatory accountability at this specific moment. It sounds a bit technical, but it basically means they are letting you know the numbers are out there but not fully committing to them in the same way as a formal financial statement. Then we have item 9.01, which is all about financial statements and exhibits. This is where they list all the supporting documents being submitted. As we saw, they are including Exhibit 99, which is that press release about their fourth quarter 2025 earnings. They also have Exhibit 104, which is the cover page interactive data file. This is basically a digital version of the cover page that makes it easier for computers to read and process the information. It is a move towards more digital and standardized financial reporting. And finally, we get to the signatures. Douglas P. Barton, who is the Executive Vice President, Chief Financial Officer, and Treasurer, has signed off on this report. This indicates that the company's top financial officer has reviewed and approved these disclosures. The date of the signature is the 22nd of January 2026, just a day after the report was officially dated. Now let's talk about what this all means for ENB Financial Corp. Although the details of the financial results are in Exhibit 99, which we are not directly analyzing here in detail, through the filing itself we can see the purpose. They are announcing their fourth quarter 2025 earnings. This is crucial information for investors because it tells them how the company has been performing. Based on how companies typically use these 8K filings for earnings releases, we'd expect to see information about revenue profitability and key financial metrics. Typically, a press release attached like this would detail things like revenue growth profit margins and any significant changes in their financial condition. For example, did they beat expectations or fall short? Were there any big surprises in their sales or expenses? This is the kind of information investors pore over to decide if they want to buy, sell, or hold ENB Financial Corp stock. Looking beyond what is explicitly in this 8K filing, ENB Financial Corp operates in the financial services sector. This means their performance is closely tied to economic conditions, interest rates, and regulatory changes. Companies in this space often focus on areas like lending, investment management, and insurance. When they report earnings, it's important to consider the broader financial landscape. For instance, if interest rates are rising, it can impact their lending business either positively or negatively, depending on their specific strategies. If the stock market is volatile, it can affect their investment management arm. What we can infer from this filing is that late January 2026 ENB Financial Corp felt it was important enough to announce their Q4 2025 earnings via a formal filing. This suggests they achieved something notable or perhaps had to explain some significant financial movements. Without the press release contents directly here, what we can say is that this filing is the official signal that the company is communicating its latest financial heartbeat to the public. Now, looking at the broader picture for ENB Financial Corp based on the fact they are releasing these earnings in an 8, we can assume they are either reporting strong results that they want to highlight or perhaps explaining results that might be concerning to investors. The fact that it is a standard earnings release means it is a core part of how they communicate with the market. Typically, a company will use these to highlight positive achievements like increased revenue or profitability, or to provide context around any challenges they are facing. For instance, if they increase their revenue by, say, 10%, as an investor that translates to them bringing in much more money than before, which is usually a good sign assuming their costs didn't skyrocket. If their profits drop by 20%, that could mean they are losing about 1 out of every $5 they used to make in profit, which is a significant warning sign. So what is our take on this filing? Well, this 8K itself is more of a notification and a pointer to the actual earnings details. It tells us that ENB Financial Corp has released its Q4 2025 earnings, and that this release is now an official part of their public record. The real story is within that Exhibit 99 press release. What we can say is that companies file these reports to manage investor expectations and to comply with regulations. ENB's decision to use this formal channel confirms the importance of these earnings numbers. The primary strength here is transparency. ENB is making its financial performance public. The weakness for us in analyzing just this 8K is the incompleteness. We are missing the actual numbers that would allow for a deep dive into their financial health. However, the filing does signal that ENB Financial Corp is actively engaging with the market by providing timely financial updates. The opportunity lies in that attached press release for interested investors to really understand the company's trajectory. The risk is that without that detailed information readily available here, it requires extra effort to get the full picture. In conclusion, this ENB Financial Corp Form 8K filing serves as an official announcement of their fourth quarter 2025 earnings. While the specifics are in the exhibit, the act of filing itself is a key signal to the market. For those looking to understand ENB Financial Corp's performance, diving into that Exhibit 99 press release is the essential next step. Alright, that is our quick decode of this ENB Financial Corp filing. What do you think this means for the company? What else do you look for in these types of reports? Let us know in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe for more corporate deep dives. And remember to check out the Discord link in the description to join the conversation. Thanks for watching. See you next time.